Hello, it's Fran Davidson from psychicandenergywork.com.au, and this is part 4 of my monthly observations for August 2025. Part 4 always looks at the reality numbers in the current month's numerological chart. We have 2 levels of number in every month's chart, you could say in every day's chart, really. And that is the generic level, as in the numerology that appears out of August in itself every year when it comes round. But also we have a specific level, that's at least what I call it, where we combine the month with the year, because each year is going to present a slightly different type of August. Maybe, maybe not. All right, so what I want to touch upon in this video, I talk about a lot about numbers. That's not all I do. I do a whole lot of energy work, intuitive work, spiritual work, but I find that numbers often help us understand things, ground them in reality more, or ground them perhaps in logic more. They're not everything. No, nothing is, but they certainly can help explain. I'm very aware that I've never run through the cycle 0 through to 9 before in a way that might help to place numbers for you a little bit better. So this video is a very quick attempt at that. Numerologically, there are 10 single numbers. Now, even that is interesting because many people will only acknowledge the numbers 1 through to 9 as end points. On one level, they're right, because as an end point, as a birth number, a single-digit birth number, reality number, MO, anything in a numerological chart, you could say you would never see a 0 as the end result, but you can see 0 as one of the elements that contribute to the end result. So for example, this month has, or every August, we see a generic MO arrive of 17.8. And so you've got 7 contributing to the 8, 1 contributing 8. 17.8 is very different from 62.8 or 44.8 or 71.8. Even though they're all 8s, that 8 is going to be manifesting in a slightly different way. And you could even say on some days a dramatically different way, given that all numbers mean certain things. So therefore, when you are, should we say, performing or using numerology, don't just look at your end number. Look at the number that results by adding up every digit you're looking at. So, for example, in a day, month, year, look at the day, look at the month, look at the year. Reduce each of those numbers once to the next level of single number. So, for example, if today is the 20th, instead of reading it as 20, I'd reduce it to 2. If the number is the 18th of a particular month, I'd reduce it just to 9. Then I would add it with the month and the year. So 2025, I reduce that to 9. Now, you don't have to do that if you just look at the number of the day, month and year as it is, 2025, you're still going to get a certain level of meaning. So, yeah, the meaning you get is obviously going to be based in how you derive it. But numerologically, again, the numbers, the single-digit numbers in the cycle are 0 through to 9. 0 is the point before anything happens. 0, therefore, can be silence. 0, can be nothing. In one sense, it is nothing because everything comes out of nothing. 0, therefore, can be the divine or the universe, energetic reality, speaking, featuring, calling for our attention, in a way that brings life into more of a spiritual reality or a spiritual skew, focus, learning curve than just a physical or a mental one. 0 is the moment before anything happens, before anything births. 1 is the moment where I, self, comes into existence. And so therefore it's a point where the entire focus is learning about me. The entire focus is me, whether that's spiritual me or egoic me. Every number has a spiritual aspect to it as well as an egoic face or aspect to it. And any cycle with any number is going to be asking you to learn about, work with, probably even mentor both aspects of the realities that you're in amongst. So then 1 is self getting to know itself. It's self getting to know life as it works for it. And therefore 1 is uniqueness. It's me discovering, you know what, this is how I tick. This is how life works with me. It's not necessarily how life works with you. And therefore 1 can be a time that teaches us to just mind our own business, not because we don't say things to others or offer our input or try to influence things, but because at the end of the day, we create the world that we end up in through what we do. And the more we focus on what we do, because we understand that that's what we can influence, whatever that is, however far we extend it, the greater the effect we're going to have. 2 is the moment where that self goes public with its self-knowledge, and therefore 2 can be socialization, it can be indoctrination, it can be relationship, it is relationship, and therefore it's positioning on any level. How are you standing relative to everybody else in the world out there? Not necessarily because you're meaning to. How is everybody else positioning relative to you? In one sense, 2 is a place where we learn our best position. You know what? When I enter that banquet hall, I don't stand over by the window. I actually stand over in that corner, or maybe I stand in the middle of the room. When I enter the room, I don't necessarily beeline for that group or those people. Perhaps I don't even belong with those people. Perhaps I do. So 2 is about placement as self, using all the intelligence of 1. I know myself now. I've discovered a bit. Now I go live into the world of others to work out, you know what, is that what I really am? But also 2, how do I position with that in a way that allows everybody to exist as equally as I do and should. 3 is the point where, you know what, we've socialized enough, we've discovered ourselves enough. Now it's time to sort of, you know what, exchange, express ourselves, create, But it's also time to realize through all of that new things or more things about ourselves, about life, about energy, 3, therefore, is intuition. 3 is creating, creativity, creation, expression, sharing, trading, coexisting. 4 is the moment where, having done some of that active 3, experiencing, having fun, getting out there, feeling fulfilled, feeling like we're making a difference or not. 4 is the time that sort of puts the brakes on a bit and says, okay, so let's do a review all of that. You've just had a period of active, of constructive or not existence. Let's actually review that. Let's have a look at your models, your framework. So you're working with all the best quality tools and inputs and outputs from everybody else as well. Because numbers aren't only about the self that is using them. It's also about everybody else in the room, in the landscape, and how we can learn through them from time to time and help them. So 4 helps us get our base right. 4, in one sense, is the launch pad. It's tightening. It's the quality audit. And therefore it's a time that can bring wipeouts. It can bring overhauls. It can bring reinforcement. Excuse that foot, it's not mine. In a way that is about, you know what, to launch the rocket well, you've actually got to have the world's best launch pad, the world's best processes, platforms, approaches, methodologies, ingredients, inputs, perspectives, all of those things. 5 is the time we take off. 5 is the rocket launch. 5, and that's why, in one sense, 5 is one of the busiest numbers in the phase 0 through to 9. 5 is the time we take action on all that we've come to understand, on all that we've realized so far, on all we've become, and all that we've experienced. 5, therefore, can also be a time of, you know what, in 4, I developed all these plans, I did all my research, I got my act together, and I, ended that period ready for launch. But 5 is also a time that can see us going, you know what, I did that, but I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can manifest that. Or even it's a time when life says, beautiful plan, but you know what, you could go double at that, and I'm going to show you how. 5 can also be I can't, and therefore learning through the I can'ts, or even you can't. 5 can be life won't let me. I don't think I'll be supported in that. Yeah. So 5 is you can, as developed and come to be understood, through moments of, I don't think I can do that at all, I feel wobbly. 5, therefore, is confidence emerging out of lack of confidence and uncertainty. 6 is a time, having just been very busy in 5, 6 is a time when we have a tea break. 6 is a time to rebalance, become more genuine, to anchor in integrity, authenticity. 6 can be healing. It can be health crisis. It can just be better health. 6 can be balance. 6 can just be, you know what, regroup. 6 again is a bit like the tea break. After a hard day's work, you've expended a whole lot of effort. Now you're just sitting on the balcony and you're watching the sunset and you're having a lovely time relaxing with your beer or your wine or your cup of tea or whatever it is. And then as you do that, all of a sudden, insights hit. All of a sudden you start to realize things, all over again. And that's 7. 7 is the wisdom that comes when we take a break. 7 is, I know now better than I did before because I took the time to get out of my busyness, my head, the active world, just for a moment, in a way that allowed universal intelligence through, intuition to function, and therefore precision, fine-tuning, clarity, understanding. 7 is often the time that helps us really understand that, you know what, this is how life is for me. This is what I am here for. But also this is how I need to interface with things, even if nobody else in the room does. So 7 is very practical, useful, precise wisdom, that really helps to make the world go round for the individual, let alone everybody else. 8 is the moment that through that we start to fine-tune our vision. We not only now know how life works for us, but also too, because of that, we're more clear about what we need to manifest our vision, what suits us, what doesn't suit us, what sits well, what doesn't, what are we here for, what really aren't we here to entertain. And that's why 7 can be knowing too much, the sort of knowing or the sort of model that can see people living a model rather than being their own model. Doing the standard, being a robot, whatever those words are, rather than, you know what, I'm here to have my own journey, not because I reject everybody else's, but because, again, I just listen to myself better, listen to my intuition, I follow my hunches, I trust my gut feel, I know that life supports me. And through that, I get crystal clear on what the vision really is, what I can achieve, in a way that there aren't any more questions, there aren't any more doubts. I'm now crystal clear, now I can manifest success. 9 is that point when we've done all of the above, and therefore we have room to regroup again. We have room to spare. We have energy to spare. Up until 9, the focus is all on self, in a sense, self-development, you with me, and life with self. At 9, it's still like that, but 9 is also closure. 9 is the moment where, you know what, I've succeeded to a point where I'm actually able to consider other people. I'm actually able to consider the rest of life, the rest of the world, and my place in it, and also my role in caring for it, mentoring it, supporting it, giving to it, however I do. 9 can also therefore be the end of the chapter, the end of the cycle that prepares us for the whole new 9-year cycle, 1 to 9 in real world terms, that's just about to start in the following period. So the cycle 0 to 9 is very much a step-by-step thing, as you would expect it to be. It's a time that is about discovering, furthering our awareness and our consciousness, not only in a sort of self-fulfilling way, but in a practically useful way. Life always guides us. Numbers are there to inform us if we want them to. And hopefully what I've just run through might help you understand numerology, your own or others, or even the observations I've posted, a little bit more. Take good care. Get in contact if you'd like to learn this stuff with me or for any other intuitive, spiritual or energetic reason. Have a great month. August is here to help us all. Take good care. All the best.